Those with headphones. Be careful. RIP. Rest in peace. Oh wow. Oh wow. Guys. Guys! Hello mates, my name is Risk and welcome back to another episode of SoUnd is Toxic. In the previous episode we were just about to ask a question and I stopped there, so let's go ahead and ask the question and see how terribly can it go, how terrible in fact can it be to learn to make dubstep, because apparently it might be serious business. So how do I choose the best bits? Blue suddenly turns to me. I want to know how I can make a beat sound right. Because even though I know how it sounds in my head, I can't pull it out. Which is frustrating because it doesn't make sense. It does, that's what makes music hard to do. But I already know the beat, so it should be easy to make in real life. Yeah, of course, when you have a movie in your head, it's easy to make in real life. Lollite. A light lolly. It's the same thing with art too. Huh? I know exactly how an artwork looks in my head, but when I try to draw it, it just never turns out the same. I look away and think, how could I have never thought of that? Ah, it really makes sense now. I feel dumb for not knowing. It's fine. Alright, now just relax and listen to my comforting voice as I draw the masterpiece while explaining the subject. Haha. And I do, I change my posture into a more relaxed one and settle in meticulously. My mind begins to swim in a thought as the process starts to become easier with everything Blue says. I wonder how the song would sound if I did it out today. My face gathers a smile from scattered doubt and I begin to tell myself how I'll gain fame overnight. I'm going to rake this life with epic music. This is epic. This is epic. Epic. Guys, let's make some dubstep. Almost an hour passed while Blue and I sat there in the art room. The room had a really calming atmosphere that truly makes it the artist's respite. I may visit here every once in a while to work on my music. And speaking of that, Blue really had it all for me. Her tutorial was very detailed that I think her idea of spreading this touring parade throughout the day was pointless. All I need is now in my head, and all I have to do is now to skip and start working. This will be very exciting. Didn't she said she's gonna teach you just a bit by bit so you don't skip school? You a-hole. How is that all that? I can't thank you enough. I really don't know what to say. You're still not done, are you? There must be some else for you to ask about. You already have spilled all that I need. And while I really would love to spend the rest of the day with you, I have to go back home and make some dubstep. Nope, there isn't anything. I think I have the basics nails down. For now, though, I still might need the rest of it. I lied to her and myself. That's good to hear. It's nice to see you finally start to care about attendance. Maybe your next feat would be even score great marks. I hold in a smile. Well, maybe I mean, you never know what could happen. I look forward to that. But right now, I want to see you thrive as a musician. I see it in you. You could be the next big thing. Really? You really think so? It means the world to me that you make that remark. Thank you so much, Blue. I feel very sure of myself now. Oh, stop it. It isn't much. It really is a lot. She has no clue how much I want to go home now. I'll just wait for the bell to ring and then I'll pretend to go to class. I hope she doesn't freak out. Then maybe the idea of spreading my tutorial... The bell is ringing, and so it's the bell to save my game. Come on, let's go before Mr. Rupert goes mad. Also, I need a thumbnail for the video, so maybe this... Age hides the interface, so I might take this picture and use it for a thumbnail. Hopefully you don't mind. Hopefully it's not ruining the video for you. When I started the name, I felt a weird chill down my spine that I never felt before. Okay. Rupert. I really didn't ever wanted to attend any of his classes for reasons that remain untold. Let's just say Rupert isn't doing the job of a teacher well, and instead only aims to use the students to show off his idiotic dominance. God knows how many times he made an assumption to ruin my life if I don't do what he says. Thankfully, though, none of his requests are creepy, although I wouldn't find it odd even if it even were to occur. And thankfully, I won't have to attend for now. I can just skip. Okay, I'll be right after you. I just need to use the toilets first. Alright, in that case, I'll go to the class and wait, so don't take long. I won't. Don't worry, I'm just going to go home and not return until tomorrow. Blue storms out of the room into the hallway, and she also shouts before leaving, "Don't forget, 200 likes if you want to see another episode." Did you leave a like on the video? Cool, thank you, says Blue. Wow, Blue, that's very nice of you. Our classroom is far away, so I guess I understand why she'd be so anxious about getting there on time. However, I know what I'll be doing now. I turn back to the door and head out slowly, carefully watching to see where Blue went. She isn't anywhere, and I can only hear the sound of distant running footsteps. That's probably her. I look towards to the other side of the hall, which leads to the exit, and thankfully, my school isn't too watchful over skippers. I put step after step as I constantly kept glancing behind me to see if Blue had suddenly decided to come back. And when I finally turned at the end of the hallway, I started to jog. Ah! I bumped into someone. I turned my blurred vision to see who it was. Yuri? In 3D? I don't know why she feels like Yuri, but I mean, she big. She has purple eyes. And also she has a scratch. Lolite, I'm so sorry. Zandra, oh shit, I'm sorry. I hurt you. No, it's totally fine. It'll go away. Besides, it was there before. I hurt myself. I'm talking too much. I'm sorry. I should have been watching my way. I was just looking back at something. But your head, it's fine. See? I'm okay. No need to worry about me. You just keep walking and do whatever. By the way, I think the options to actually go back and see what is written is disabled only because some of the writing skips by itself. Like this, all the stuff that skips is not me skipping. I'm not pressing anything. I only press when I finish reading. Like hell I will. I won't leave you like this. I have some tissues in my pocket. No, I don't need it. Just leave me be. Seriously, I'm fine. She won't accept the help. I guess I can decide what to do. She obviously is being very resistant. Do I force her? Do I help her? Do I make dubstep with her? What are the options? First, the tissue to her face. Wipe her face myself. She deserves it. She was a bully after all. Walk away and leave her be. Wipe her face. Wipe her face. I pull out a tissue from my pocket and walk closer to her. What are you? Stay still, dummy. Ooh! This is getting a little steamy in here. Look at her. I start to brush the tissue against her forehead, which felt too warm. She doesn't seem to want to look at me, even though there is really nothing to be awkward about. But maybe she feels this way because she can't believe how a person that she used to mildly bully is being nice to her. The times she was bullying me feel so distant now, as I can truly feel a strong bond here. It's alright. It's alright, I'm about to be done. Her eyes still avoid mine, and the look of shame is growing on her face. Maybe because she likes you. I mean, it's pretty obvious now. I mean, she's getting super red about you just touching her. What could have made her stop being a bully? It is something unbelievable. I collect all of my red blood that I saw in my tissue with the last swipe, and now she looks perfect. Although there is still some red left behind. Wait, I gotta get a picture also of her with red cheeks. But yeah, the red that was left behind, I assume that's her blushing. Xandra smiles and looks almost too happy. Thank you. I'm truly grateful. It means a lot to me that you would do this, especially after all I did to you. It was nothing, really. I like being bullied. And besides, all you did was shove me sometimes. It isn't like you totally ruined that much of my life. I still feel weird. You are the nicest person I've ever met, and I can never forgive myself for what I used to do. You are some awesome. You are definitely not the loser I used to call you. And I wish you achieve your dreams. That's a lot of praise, and you don't need to feel weird at all. I'm still not that special, and I guess all I can say is, maybe we can just start over. I mean, yesterday was fun. Really? Absolutely. It was a really fun day, and I look forward to more. Oh, that's cool. I'll see you after class then. I'll see you too. Gotta go. Okay. Now, where were we? Yes, leaving. I turn away from the direction where Blue and Zandra had went, the classes, and instead headed back towards the stairs leading to the ground level. I can't hear many people around, so I shouldn't worry about catching someone again. She's gonna run into somebody again. The door's windows shine in a beautiful light that calls to destiny. It is my destiny, the one to be a great musician. Once I was out, I began to run towards home, which wasn't that far from school, maybe a few hundred steps. Totally something I can handle. However, if I see my mother back home, I might get grounded or worse, and that is something out of my hands. But regardless, I continue on the sidewalk. Guys, I feel like I deserve props. I have ADD. I don't use medication for years, and there is ants on the wall, and they're trying to take away my... Wait, I'm gonna kill this guy since we haven't... Get out of here, idiot! Since we haven't started reading again, so... I'm sorry. Every time I make like an abrupt cut, I get, you know, distracted or something. I reached home after about 5 minutes, and everything inside was dark. Good. It means my mom isn't home right now, or is asleep, or dead. Which is better. Which would probably be a problem. But it isn't as big as of an issue. I can possibly just claim that I was working on a project or whatever. She isn't that smart to see through me. I ran up the stairs, turned towards my room, which is on the left side, and then walk into it as I close the door behind me. The room dark interior is too dim, so I wait for my eyes to adjust a little. Okay, cool. There is nobody in my room. I don't have time to change clothing. I am so excited to put the knowledge Blue has told me to use, and I'm totally gonna use the program that costs probably a lot of money to make the music. Right, Lolit? You're not gonna pirate it. She told me she tried to download in a software which could have some presets that I can use later. Then made a point about how the song would then not exactly be mine, and that it would be owned by the original maker. Yeah, because fair use does not fall here if you don't make something of your own. Still, she did say that it would be a great starting point to try and understand the game at play. And now I will try these things as quickly as I can. I turn to the light switch of the room and flip it on. That's better. Afterward, I run towards the desk next to my bed and sit, then find a comfortable position for all the work that's about to happen. I just realized how dark this corner of the room was, so I turn on the light for that. The epic table lamp. Now that's epic. I felt a raging heat building up under my hoodie, so I threw that off somewhere behind me. The computer is taking a while to ready up, so I decided to take a small notepad in an attempt to be smarter, or at least appear like I'm serious. But to whom? I'm the only one here. Though I really like this feeling, even if no one is watching, I try to make myself love me, which sounds completely idiotic. I guess maybe I try too hard to make myself seem worthy in some sense. As the computer continues to run, I wonder if I would be smart to make work in the dark. My mom might wake up and see the light of the room and underneath the door, but if I only work with the lamp... Maybe I should actually do that. It would ease me up. And now I'll just wait for this slow as hell lap to get going. And... finally. It's working wonderfully. I quickly open the web and search for the software, and then I download and install it, all in just a minute. It wasn't that big of a file, probably something around 5 megabytes or so, which is quite surprising. Honestly had a feeling that this would take an hour to download. After I launched it, peered around, checked the interface and got familiar with it, I hovered over a tab that said Presets. After clicking, a long menu of really odd names came up, the names of the tracks. It didn't matter which one I needed, so I played through a few and ended up with with one that sounded really interesting. So you're gonna take the track and like mix it up, I guess. Okay, I thought you were just using like, you know, examples to like make a song. Then, yep, I'll work with this. It sounds perfect for the mood. I skip around it to study its beats, and this is perfect. Wow, I can't wait to see how this will turn out. I'm going to add the loudest possible drop that no person have ever heard. It will make them go insane. Or I really have to be creative about this. Or what's this? I hover over a tab and I didn't see earlier. It's preset for remixing. I immediately put the track and I wanted, add to the remix, and then come to find out that I can't even edit the remix. I can simply drag and drop. That's so cool. I could really learn from this. Thank you so much, Blue. I said that out loud. I hope I didn't wake up, Mom. Anyway, I should work this carefully. What exactly should the remix be like? Should it be like the dum-da-dum-dum? Or should it be like padum-padum-bum? I've got to work hard here. I'm gonna make the loudest drop ever. What are you, 4? Come on, child. Yes, I've come up with a great beat. God, this took me about an hour. And during this hour, I've heard my mom walking down the stairs and out of the house. I'm alone now, and I can enjoy myself contently. And now, what remains for the track is the legendary intro drop. Audio settings have been updated. What does that mean at the top left? Because that note is for me. Do you want to check out the audio settings? I mean, I can just... Oh, they took it and put it all the way. I think it was like here, guys. I'm not entirely sure because I've checked this menu a couple of times when I was like looking up the controls. I think it might have been here. I think we might be in for a big drop. I'm gonna think of this greatly, but it doesn't really matter that much because I can re-edit and re-edit and there won't be a dead end. If it's too loud for you, I'm gonna make it not loud for you, so don't worry about it. So what should be perfect drop here? Too loud or too quiet? Or something in between? This shouldn't be too worrying. Okay, I'm gonna save here since we actually made a actual meaningful choice in the last save. Add a very loud drop, which is like... Alright, here we go. The loudest drop that anyone would ever want to hear. This will be the legendary moment in which dubstep is redefined. There will be the moment in my life will change for the better. And play. My ears! What are you, stupid? Scrape has encountered an error. Configure... Oh, don't go Doki Doki on me! Music is not defined. What happened? It sounds like a gunshot. That's what happened. Warning, be wary of flashing screens, loud sounds, and disturbing imagery. What happened? What happened? She's dead? The computer exploded on her, I think, guys. Was the drop so loud it killed her? No way! No way, dude! Is this a weapon or some sort? Is this like we can die through headphones now, guys. Those with headphones, be careful. RIP. Rest in peace. Oh wow. Oh wow. Guys. Guys! Okay. Be aware. What follows after the chapter contains scenes related to very sensitive topics, like depression and suicide. So those of you who have been warned at the beginning of the first episode, you have been warned again. I have to save, dude. If you have any trouble with kind of a content, then please don't continue playing. Do you accept your exposure to the aftermath content? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. You have agreed to play this. The game will now continue. Why is it so formal? Is it scared of legal action? That much, or is it like something super insane? If there is something too graphical, I'll censor it. Don't worry. Like, I'm keeping my channel like friendly and all. What? I can't hear. Can't see anything. I need. Don't tell me she lost her hearing ability and also her eyes somehow exploded. I don't know. I can't move. No. My ears are. I need help. Please. Try to move. Every muscle in my body is paralyzed. Any movement I try to make fails. It's scaring me. Try to move again. It's useless. I need to do something else. Mom! I try to make a sound, but every word I make has no power. I yell more and more, but it always ends up with a soundless word. My throat feels dead. I can't feel my limbs. My eyes are flashing. I'm going to die. There is no point in fighting it. It's coming. I can feel it. It's grasping at my soul. My body is dead, and I can only witness it go away. I'm sorry, Blue. I shouldn't have skipped school. I'm sorry, Xandra. And I'm sorry, Mother. I close my eyes and wait for the eternal loss of feeling. In a few seconds, this will end. And after a few hours, my mom will probably find me dead. I didn't want to end like this. I didn't want... Lawlight! No! Lawlight! I guess that's my mom. What happened, dude? It's insane. What happened? Did she have some sort of a allergic reaction to loud sound? Is that possible? Because can you like can a loud sound ever bring somebody to the extinction of an actual life-threatening situation? Like, as far as I know, you can only screw your ear until they're bad enough you can't hear. The worst case scenario, but kill you? Put you in life threat? I just don't know that. This has been such a hellish time for me. The past 3 weeks, when this headset I wore that day blew up. Okay, so the headset blew up. Like I thought. Everything changed. I said it myself that it would be the point in which everything for me would change. So if the headset, you know, poof. I don't think it can still like damage you badly. It might damage your ears a bit, but I don't think it... I don't know. Maybe it had some thermite in it. I don't know, guys. And here I am. When I was down on my desk, I didn't feel my body and it was numb. My hearing got fuzzy and I started to hear things in a very different way. My ears were shaken from the damage and my vision was flashing red constantly. I fought hard that very second, all until I felt a weakness in my bones. But to my surprise, my mother was there. She hadn't left the house that day, and she was the one who saved me. She took me into her arms and pulled me out of the chair. But that was when my consciousness had faded away. A few hours later, I was at the hospital bed, and my mom was sitting next to me, explaining, all the doctors who've examined me, all the doctors who I was sure weren't idiots. Lawlight, Dia, I have spoken to the doctors and they all said that you're fine. I couldn't believe it. I thought that your ears were done, but they all concluded that you have survived with no scratch. At that moment, I was confused. That explosion, it didn't do anything? But then why did my hearing sound so off? Because it was super loud. Are you stupid? And why did I lose consciousness? And why has it not ended ever since? What does that mean? Wait. How did the end? There is something she's not telling me. There is something else going on that is still going. Maybe she's hearing something, seeing something. I don't know. I'm actually gonna save them. Oh well, I'm gonna save in page number 2, guys. Yes. Who is it? It's me. Open up. I made you breakfast. Just a second. That's a new thing. She never used to make me anything. It's only when you've almost lost someone that you start to care about them. And this example is no different. I hop out of the bed and walk towards the door. I opened the door to let her in, and in her hands was a wooden plate that had a normal breakfast, an egg, some bacon, nothing too awesome, and a cup of warm tea to go with it. Wow, that's your mother? She stood in front of me with a look of concern visible in her brofist. How are you feeling, honey? I'm okay. I'm just feeling a little drowsy. You really worry me, you know? And why is your hood up? I like it like this. Don't tell me she somehow got depression. Cause like why hadn't it ended ever since? And now she has a hoodie on. I'm just really grasping on straws here, but I mean, look at her. She's like all toned down after that. Like usually after a catastrophe like that, I mean, you should be kind of happy to be alive. Not like get depression out of it. No, you don't. I guess it's because of the loud explosion. It can... I know it has some psychological effects. Loud explosions. You never liked hoodies. What kind of an assumption is that? You don't like that haircut, do you? Oh, she got a haircut. It's okay, but don't be this embarrassed. You're not even outside yet. She lays down to the plate and the table in front of my couch, and then she goes to hug me for the 20th time. And all of a sudden, I still can't forget that day. You really broke my heart. That picture just can't leave my head. Mom, we're over that, remember? Yeah, I know. I just thought you died that day, and my heart still can feel that sting. It was terrible. Her voice broke in the sentence, and I didn't want her to cry over this now. Hey, please don't cry again. I'm alive, okay? She remained silent for a bit. I'm actually curious about her new haircut. What about the sounds? Are you over them? Please, don't start that nonsense again. She changed her voice, and that's something that I've started to get used to. But Mom, it's really a joke. You are fine. It's not a joke, I think, as she said. Her arms tightened around my body. Don't tell me any of that weird noises and whatnot. It's just PTSD. You're just re-experiencing it. So, like I suggested before, she is hearing something. I think at least I suggested she was hearing something else, because there was something she wasn't telling us. She let go and moves away. You've said those things too many times. I know what PTSD is. I really trust your words. But isn't PTSD supposed to be not real? It's not. Lalit, honey, it isn't real. Okay. So stop believing it. Please, honey, you're not making me feel okay. Every morning is the same. You always talk about person you see in your dreams. You always say that you hear these mouse clicking noises, the static, and see those red visions. And I'm not gonna ever try to pass up something like this, but I just have to... So trust me, it will wear off. It won't. This will keep happening. It just does. And whether it's a case of PTSD or not, I won't settle without dealing with it. A PTSD only happens after witnessing horrific things. A headset exploding into someone's ears shouldn't do that. I don't trust you. I don't. You don't? Sorry. Nothing. It's just that I really don't know what happens. Mom, I feel... Now I'm seeing things. Or is something... audio scripts right up here. I need help. What was that, dude? I want that to happen again because I want to capture that for a thumbnail. So hopefully, if you guys don't mind. But it seems like as soon as I bring up the options, my mouse is being forwarded to right into I feel okay. There is the option of I feel depressed, I need help, and Lollit? Oh, I think I accidentally clicked. What's wrong? What do you feel? I'm okay. You don't need to worry much about me. So I'm not sure if I'm allowed to, you know, play this on YouTube because, like, I'm probably not gonna get ads. So I don't want to really be penalized for playing games like this. I do have a Patreon page, and if you want, you can support me on Patreon. A card info on the top right corner of the screen. Check it out. Click on it and check out the page and see if there is any rewards you'd like. You get rewards for pledging money. And yeah, even if you end up supporting with $1 and help me keep the channel running, I would really appreciate it. And thank you so much for taking the time to checking it out. So, that was part 2 of this game. I hope you mates enjoyed. Part 3 will probably come soon. And when it does, also on the top right corner of the screen, you'll be able to find the next episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye-bye.